That is a stunning revelation. The whole Shiba Inu community was just about to be stunned by Coinbase. A total of around 174 billion Shiba Inu are being investigated. Whales are going on a spree. Experts are dropping their alerts. What is Kusama's role in all of this? On the other hand, is this otherwise? Please allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. For Shiba Inu, it has been a fair amount of a roller coaster ride. The cost has been behaving in a very erratic manner, with volatility reaching some of the greatest levels that we have seen in a considerable amount of time. Now, however, I have some excellent news. Some positive changes are beginning to take place. A gradual recovery is taking place in the price, and investors are showing signs of regaining confidence and getting back into the market with their transactions. At this point, if you take a step back and look at the wider picture, you will see that it is not at all horrible. It is encouraging to see that Shiba Inu is still able to maintain some of its gains, especially when one considers how volatile the marketplace has been. Additionally, this type of action unquestionably causes the community to be shaken up. Some individuals are feeling the strain and are keeping a close eye on every tiny move, while others are seeing it as an opportunity and are attempting to get more, while the cost is still relatively cheap. A mixture of excitement, apprehension, and optimism may be found in the air. However, there is one thing that is certain. Today, Shiba Inu is one of those dogs that keeps everyone on their toes. But hold on. I am aware of this. That is really insane. Listen to what I have to say. Something even more bizarre took place not too long ago. Without any apparent explanation, Coinbase has started transferring a significant quantity of Shiba Inu. And nobody is really sure why this is happening. In what way does this imply? In any case, I will explain everything in more detail later on in the movie, so make sure you stay until the very end. To begin, however, let's discuss the most recent achievement of the Shiba Inu, since this one is rather large. An expert said in a tweet that Shiba Inu now has more than 1.5 million wallet holders compared to the previous number. Furthermore, this does not even take into account centralized exchanges. This indicates that the Shiba army is more than merely powerful. In the whole world of cryptocurrency, this group is the largest and most densely populated. What about that type of assistance? It has a lot of power. Shiba Inu continues to attract more believers, more owners, and more activity, despite the fact that the market is experiencing a whole lot of ups and downs. Because of this same reason, despite the fact that it is volatile, this token is not going away. This kind of cohesiveness within a community has the potential to bring about significant changes. And at this point, everything makes perfect sense, precisely as we discussed in the video from the day before. The interest of investors in Shiba Inu has been rapidly increasing, and we are seeing evidence of this by observing a significant increase in the amount of substantial transactions. Here we are talking about a massive leap above double, which indicates that the major players, also known as the whales, are making movements. When you combine this kind of activity with strong technical momentum, it may be precisely what Shiba Inu requires to push toward a real recovery. This kind of action is important because it typically indicates confidence from investors with deep pockets. Looking back, it is now quite evident why things have been becoming more and more heated. It is likely that we are seeing the beginning stages of something more significant as a result of all this activity. In the event that the trend continues and other investors enter the market, the price of Shiba Inu may respond in a significant manner. In point of fact, it is currently beginning at this very now. Since something just occurred with Coinbase that utterly stunned the Shiba Inu community, we are going to explain why. Over the course of the last several days, Coinbase has seen an incredible withdrawal. There was a transfer of more than 174 billion Shiba Inu coins out of its hot wallet. That is not something that you come across on a daily basis, but here is where things start to become truly bizarre. Coins were sent to a wallet that was fully dormant at the time. An empty address suddenly received enormous quantities of Shiba Inu in 3 distinct transfers. There was no history, no previous transactions, and the address was completely empty. The last and most significant one. It was less than a day ago when it took place. Moreover, here is the thing. Kusama has just recently returned with a mysterious message that has everyone curious about what he has to say. He did not go into specifics of his absence. Rather, he revealed something that was unexpected, an astrological analysis that hinted to a significant transition, a shift in destiny, and a course that was always destined to unfold. There was more to it than simply him. That was about something more significant, something that was unavoidable. Now put all of these parts together, a sudden movement of billions of coins that cannot be explained, a strange message about destiny and metamorphosis. How about the timing? It's almost too good to be true. Do you think Shiba Inu is about to experience a major change? Is it possible that now is the moment when everything shifts? In such case, the options are infinite. In terms of the pricing of Shiba Inu, it has the potential to be a game changer, pushing it to levels that we never believed were attainable. Perhaps even that $1 ambition isn't as far-fetched as it seems after all. One thing, however, is certain. A significant event is on the horizon. In addition, we are going to learn the specific implications that this has for Shiba Inu. I've reached the most thrilling portion of the story. A daring forecast has recently been made by one expert who has come forward. According to him, if you invest only a few $100s in Shiba Inu animals right now, you might potentially be looking at some significant returns by the month of May. In recent times, Shiba Inu has been on fire, and in the last day alone, it has surpassed Bitcoin in terms of price. As a result of this type of momentum, experts are forecasting a major breakout, which could possibly double its value by a factor of several times. They are pointing to important technical patterns, such as a breakout from a falling channel and a cup and handle development, both of which indicate that a significant rally may be on the horizon. It is possible that Shiba Inu is on the verge of experiencing one of its most successful runs to date if it continues to push past barriers. Moreover, the excitement does not end there. The Shiba Inu breed is now on the cusp of reaching yet another significant milestone as a result of its ongoing expansion and growing popularity. Shibarium, the Layer 2 blockchain designed by Shiba Inu, is getting closer and closer to a momentous occasion. Transactions totaling 1 billion in total, you have it correctly. There are just a few million more transactions that need to be executed before the network reaches the astounding 1 billion threshold, as shown by the Shibarium scan. The network has already handled over 992 million transactions. This is not only a piece of data. This is evidence that the environment is experiencing genuine and unstoppable activity. However, hold on. There is still another perspective to this tale. One expert believes that we have to keep an even closer check on Shiba Inu since it is now at a crucial turning point, and we need to pay even more attention to it. Shiba Inu might be in for a significant loss if the downward trend continues, which would send a significant portion of its investors farther into the red right now, according to some people who are worried about the future. There is a significant chunk of the Shiba Inu supply that is owned by owners who are doing poorly at the moment. There is a possibility that more tokens may be placed in the out-of-the-money zone if prices continue to decrease, which will make the path ahead seem to be difficult. On paper, it does indeed seem to be a cause for alarm. But let me tell you something. It is precisely this sort of setup that is responsible for the big rebounds. In the realm of cryptography, we have seen it before. The most significant reversals often take place at times when sentiment is at its lowest point, especially when fear is at its highest point. And with everything else that is going on, like massive whale moves, ridiculous transactions on Coinbase, and the prospect of Shiba Inu breaking through big resistance, this might be the precise time when things start to turn around. Give it some thought. Is it possible that significant investors would be shifting billions of tokens if Shiba Inu were in fact in danger of collapsing? If we were to observe technical patterns, would they be indicating the possibility of a breakout? Would we be able to see Kusama delivering enigmatic messages about metamorphosis and fate? Not only is the cost of this important, it all comes down to location. Those that have a good understanding of the market are aware that situations like this, when there is a lot of panic, are the times when genuine chances are created. In the event that Shiba Inu maintains its strength and continues to gain momentum, the subsequent move may prove to be explosive. Those individuals who are paying close attention are already making preparations for what is going to happen next. When seen over a longer period of time, it is evident. There is absolutely no need for alarm about the cost of Shiba Inu. Furthermore, the greater picture is beginning to make even more apparent as time goes on. To reiterate what Lucy, the head marketer for Shiba Inu, said in a tweet that she sent out not so long ago, the Shiba ecosystem is very interested in having its very own bull season. Indeed, she is correct. Despite the ups and downs of the market, Shiba Inu has continued to create, expand, and move ahead with their business. Not only is the ecology not in a state of stagnation, evolving, becoming more powerful, and preparing itself for the next major step, are all things that it is doing. There have already been significant indications of this. The number of whale visits is increasing. Just now, Coinbase had one of the most bizarre withdrawals it has ever seen. Some analysts are predicting a significant breakthrough, while others are predicting a collapse. Analysts are divided on this issue. When it comes to cryptocurrency, however, this type of ambiguity is often the ideal setting for something significant to occur. Even if the price of Shiba Inu may be uncertain in the near term, there is one thing that is certain: the community, the environment, and the concept of Shiba Inu are all still intact. When the proper circumstances come together, when the market finally flips in its favor, Shiba Inu may be ready for a bull period of its own. The Shiba army is not going away, and we may expect it to be ready for a bull season. Only one question remains: will you be prepared for it when it takes place? However, what are your thoughts on this matter? Leave a comment down below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.